GL bows to independent judiciary. Ranil lectures UNP bigshots. SLPP follows Sirenas hopper theory. Big crossover after 17 October. Dinesh too to be taken for a ride.
The leader, දේශයට මග කියන ප්‍රවෘත්ති පෙළගැස්ම.
GL bows to independent judiciary. Ranil lectures UNP bigshots. All tricks aimed at putting off the presidential election are over. I bow to the judiciary for having eliminated all suspicions in the country, said Professor G.L. Peiris in a speech to the House yesterday. After the Supreme Court dismissed Lanka's petition that sought a postponement of the election until the determination of the president's term, the Election Commission is going to publicise the electoral register this week. Also, the Commission will announce the election date before the end of this month. In the meantime, Inspector General of Police Deshabandhu Tenakun met with Commission officials to discuss security arrangements for the election. It is said the presidential polls will now take place on October 5th, a Saturday, after the Commission declined to accommodate a government suggestion to put it off by a week. The Samagi Balawagaya and the National People's Power are going to intensify their campaigning from early August. But the government doesn't seem any prepared, with President Ranil even yet to announce if he would contest. Just days ago, some big shots of the United National Party met him at the presidential secretariat to discuss it. They were told to have no concerns. President Wickremesinghe said he had a plan, but that they were the ones without one. All those supporting the government are already holding meetings. Even Minister Tiran Ales is going to do so. He told me at the cabinet meeting today that one will take place in Nuwara Elia next week, the president said. He urged them to set everything aside and prepare for the election, warning that the UNP won't get any MPs at the next general election. They turned back, murmuring that the boss found Mahinda to be more important to him than them. We have been saying this all along. Ranil works as if the UNP doesn't exist. It has deeply set infighting, witnesses' traps being set against each other, and has no teamwork. At least now, they should forget their differences and work together, or else all their parliament hopes will be dashed. SLPP follows Sirenas hopper theory. Despite talk about differences between President Wickremesinghe and the Rajapaksas, he received a warm welcome at the ceremony to celebrate SLPP MP Rohitha Abegunawardena's political career. Both the SJB and the NPP found that not to their liking. A nice meeting, where drug racketeers, robbers, ransom takers and everybody else were present. It would have been complete had a Nura too been there, says SJB's Nalin Bandara. NPP's Nalinda Jayatisa remarks that all those who destroyed the country are with Ranil today. Ravi Karunanayake, Rangai Bandara, Rohitha, Johnny Lanza are now on the same side, the former NPP lawmaker observed. However, Namal Rajapaksa's camp still gives the impression that they are not with the president any longer. Some SLPP bigshots say they deal with the government as per the theories taught to them by someone. They are the lot who act as if they own the party and are die-hard supporters of Mahinda. Some lower rankers within the party inquired into this so-called theory, but they failed to find it out. One of them persisted and spoke to a top figure and asked him about the theory. "Don't you know? It's Sirenas hopper theory." That one replied with a hearty laugh. Elaborating further, he said, "Eat, promise and jump." The above was carried in the gossip column of last Sunday's Deshaya newspaper. But Kanchana Wijesekara says something wholly different. Don't believe what is said on the outside. Every Monday afternoon we meet with Ranil, Dinesh and Basil. A decision has been taken about the presidential candidate. Anyway, a division within its ranks will impact adversely on the SLPP over the matter of the presidential candidate. Just anything is done in consideration of the impact on Crown Prince Namal, so Mahinda will take the least harmful decision. Big crossover after 17 October. The SLFP-led New Alliance had a meeting of its steering committee yesterday. Lanza, Siripala and several others attended. AsianMirror.com reports that 2 SJB frontmen too were present on the occasion. Matters pertaining to the election came under discussion. Soon after the election is announced, a group will cross over in support of the government, it was claimed there. Anyway, SJB's Harshana Rajakaruna wants to know the two political prostitutes from Gampaha and Kalutara who are going to accept dollar bribes and join the government. They will be given the proper answer at the general election, he also said at a media briefing. Only a handful from the SJB will cross over, but many in the government are willing to give up their positions and join with the SJB, he added. The government wanted to hold a debate and vote on the debt restructuring agreement and lure SJB MPs to its side. But that party's parliamentary group agreed to a proposal by Sajith Pramadasa for a walkout just before the vote is taken. So that means the salon door will be opened once the Election Commission announces the election date. Crossovers are normal during national elections, but this time around, the ground situation is far different from the past. Dinesh, too, to be taken for a ride. Irida Anida reported that the SLPP was having talks following Mahinda's China tour about fielding Dinesh as their presidential candidate. The plan is to make him leader of a SLPP-led alliance against the sale of state assets and obtain the support of Weera Wansa, Gammon Pila, Dilith, Gevindu and others as well. Another reason for Dinesh being suggested is that Namal's insistence that they should not support Ranil, and Damika Pereira's claim that he will not contest if the president does. Anyway, the Rajapaksa family has decided to support Ranil if he lures SJB MPs to his side and contests. Namal too has agreed to reconsider his position, but on one condition. That is, Damika should be made the premier in return for his work for the party. But Ranil has been saying the Prime Minister will come from the party that wins the highest number of seats at the general election. By the way, Damika continues to be a focal figure, with a group of protesting workers surrounding his home. They demanded the 1,500 rupee wage approved for estate workers. However, police beefed up security for his house. Damika seems to be going places. Some in the government are worried more about who the Prime Minister would be than the President. But Ranil is certain to keep mum. It is not a secret that there are a number of hopefuls among those who promote him and fulfill the duties he has given them, but those who look for names should know better not to worry about such things at a time like this. So satisfy your curiosity for the time being with any name that comes to mind. That's it for today.